Hello student, in today's class we will discuss ratio, proportion and partnership exercise part 8. Now our today's index is memory based question which are asked in previous year questions in bank exams, then summarize our today's lecture. Now disclaimer is the images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now first we see some formula related to ratio, proportion and partnership. Now the first formula will be ratio of A to B. How can we write A to B in ratio form? So we can write in fraction form A ratio B, or we can write it into A ratio B. This is the representation of A ratio A to B in ratio form. Okay. Now, what is equivalent ratio? When two ratios are equal, then we can say that these two ratios are equivalent ratio. A upon B equals to C upon D. Then we can write it into A into D equals to B into C form. Simplifying ratio. Ratio will always be in simplified form. What it means? It means their greatest common divisor should be only 1. So, A ratio B divided by the greatest common divisor of A and B. Then we say that A and B are in simplified form. Next one is mixed ratio. Let X and Y and M and N to be two ratios. So when we multiplying them, M ratio X, M into X ratio, N into Y is called a mixed ratio. What is duplicate ratio? The ratio of two equal ratios is called the duplicate ratio. Okay. The mixed ratio of two equal ratios is called duplicate ratio. It means when we multiplying the ratio by the same ratio, this ratio is called duplicate ratio. So if you have a ratio X ratio Y, then X square ratio Y square is called duplicate ratio. What is subduplicate ratio? The square root of a certain ratio is called its subduplicate ratio. So if you have a ratio of X ratio Y, then under root X ratio under root Y is called subduplicate ratio. Same way, triplicate ratio, the cube of a certain ratio is called triplicate ratio. So if it is given that A ratio B, so A cube ratio B cube is called triplicate ratio. What is subtriplicate ratio? Cube root of a certain ratio is called subtriplicate ratio. So if given that A ratio B, so cube root of A and cube root of B is called subtriplicate ratio. What is inverse ratio? The reciprocal of quantities of ratio is called its inverse. Reciprocal or inverse ratio. So if it is given that ratio A ratio B, so we can say that 1 upon A ratio 1 upon B is called inverse ratio. Compound ratio. Compound ratio of two or more ratios says A upon B, comma C upon D, comma E upon F, dash dash dash. So the product of the numerator upon product of the denominator is called compound ratio. Now we will see some formula related to proportion. Now we can say that when two ratios are equal, then these two ratios are called in same proportion. This is the representation of proportion. A ratio B proportionate C ratio D. A is called first proportion, B is called second proportion, C is called third proportion and D is called fourth proportion. Cross multiplication, we can do it when they are equal. So when we cross multiplying, A into D equals to B into C. What is continued proportion? If A upon B equals to B upon C, then B is mean proportion between A and C. So we can represent in the form of B square equals to A into C. This is called continued proportion, or we can say mean proportion. What is direct proportion? If X and Y are directly proportional, then X upon Y equals to K. Or we can say that X equals to KY, where K is constant. In the same way, inverse proportion, if X and Y are inversely proportional, then we can say that X into Y equals to K. So, or we can represent in Y equals to K upon X, where K is a constant. Next one. Now, partnership concept. If a group of n person invested different amount of different period, then their profit is ratio is A into T1, ratio B into T2, ratio C into T3, ratio D into T4, dot 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 X into Tn. Here, first person invested the amount A represent the amount and T represent the period of time. So T1 is the period of time. In the same way, second person invest B amount for T2 period of time and so on. Okay. Now we will start to see some questions. Now the first question is, the ratio of two number is 10:7 and their difference is 105. The sum of these numbers, you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that number ratio of two number is 10:7. So we can say that number can be 10x and 7x. And the difference of these two number is 105. So what is the difference between 10x and 7x is 3x. So if 3x equals to 105, so x will be 35. So the sum of these two number 10 plus 7, which will become 17x. So 17 multiplied by x equals to 35. So we use 35 and we get 595. So A is the correct answer. Next one. A, B, C and D purchase a gift worth 60 rupees. A pay half of what others are paying. B pay one third of what others are paying. And C pay 1/4 of what others are paying. What is the amount paid by D? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, we can say that A plus B plus C plus D is equals to 60. Clear? So now the question says it A equals to half of B plus C plus D, because question says that A pays half of what others pay. So other pay B, C and D. So half of B plus C plus D equals to A. In the same way, B pay one third of others. So others are paying A, C and D. So one third of A plus C plus D equals to B. In the same way, C pay 1/4 of others. So A plus B plus D equals to C. Clear? 1/4 of A plus B plus D equals to C. Now, according to question, we can put the value of C in the A plus B plus C plus D equals to 60 in first equation. Okay, this is called our first equation. So, we can say that 4C equals to A plus B plus D. So, we can put A plus B plus D equals to 4C. So, we put 4C plus C equals to 60. So, we get the value of C, which is 12. Similarly, we get the value of B equals to 15 and A equals to 20. Clear? Now we'll see the solution. Therefore, D equals to 60 minus 12 minus 15 minus 20. So D will pay 13 rupees. So 13 is the correct answer. Next one. Annual income of Amit and Varun are in the ratio 3:2, while the ratio of their expenditure is 5:3. If at the end of the year each save 1000 rupees, the annual income of Amit. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that income of Amit and Varun is 3:2. So we can say that ratio income of Amit is 3x, income of Varun is 2x. Okay. Now the expenditure of Amit is 5y and Varun expenditure is 3y. So according to question, 3x minus 5y equals to 2x minus 3y, because they at the end of the year they save 1000. So their saving are equal. By this equation, we get x equals to 2y. So we can put in place of x equals to 2y, or we can put y in place of y equals to x. So anyone you can put it. So we put at place of y equals to x. So what we get, 3x minus 5y is equals to 1000. It is given that because income is 3x, expenditure is 5x, so saving is 1000. So we put x in place of y. Okay. So we get value of y, which is 1000. Clear? When we subtract it, we get y equals to 1000. So x will be 2000. Income of Amit equals to 3x. So 3 multiplied by 2000, which is 6000. So D is the correct answer. Next one. If the annual income of A, B, and C is in the ratio 1:3:7, and the total annual income of A and C is 8 lakh rupees, then the monthly salary of B in rupees. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Let the annual income of A, B, and C is X, 3X, and 7X according to their ratio 1:3:7. So the question says it total annual income of A and C is 8 lakh. So X plus 7X equals to 8 lakh. So 8X equals to 8 lakh. So X equals to 1 lakh. So B's monthly income. So B's annual income will be 3 into X. X is equals to 1 lakh. And we calculate the monthly income. So divided by 12, which is 25,000 rupees. B is the correct answer. Next one. The monthly salary of A, B, and C are in the ratio 2:3:5. If C's monthly salary is 12,000 more than that of A, then B's annual salary is. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, let's monthly salary of A, B, and C is 2x, 3x, and 5x according to their ratios. So, question says that if C's monthly salary is 12,000 more than A, what it means? 5x minus 2x equals to 12,000 because C's salary is 5x and A's salary is 2x. So their difference is 12,000. So x equals to 4,000. When we calculate it, we get x equals to 4,000. So what will be the B salary? B salary is 3x. So we can multiply it. So we get 12,000. So what will be the annual salary of B? We multiplying 12 into 12,000, which is equals to 1,44,000 rupees. So B is the correct answer. Next one. If A ratio B equals to 2/9 ratio 1/3 and B ratio C equals to 2/7 ratio 5/14 and D ratio C equals to 7/10 ratio 3/5, then what is the ratio of A, B, C, and D? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, first thing what we can do in this question, we make them in an integer form of ratio. Okay. So, A ratio B is given 2/9 ratio 1/3. So, we take the LCM of the denominator 9 and 3, which is 9 multiplying the fraction values. We get the ratio 2:3 in integer form. In the same way, B and C, we get the ratio 4:5 when we multiplying 14 in both the ratios. Fraction ratios, we get 4:5. In the same way, C and D, we get the ratio 6:7. So we can write it A ratio, B ratio, C ratio, D, which it becomes 2 into 4 multiplied by 6 ratio 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 6 ratio 3 multiplying by 5 multiplied by 6 ratio 3 ratio multiplying by 5 multiplying by 7, which becomes 48 ratio 72 ratio 90 ratio 105. When we simplified it, we get 16 ratio 24 ratio 30 ratio 35. So B is the correct answer. Next one. A man divides his property so that his son's share to his wife's and wife's share to his daughters are both as in the ratio 3:1. If the daughter get 10,000 rupees less than son, then the value in rupees of the whole property is. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that son's share and wife's share is 3:1. Clear? In the same way, wife's shares and daughter's share is also 3:1. It is given in the question when we interpret the question. Clear? So ratio of son's share, wife shares and daughter share, what it will become? We equate them. We make them wife shares equal in both the ratios. So when we equate it, in wife share in first ratio is 1, in the second ratio is 3. So when we equating it, 3 multiplied by 3 ratio 3 multiplied by 1 ratio 1 multiplied by 1, which it becomes 9 ratio 3 ratio 1. So according to question says that 9x minus x equals to 10,000. It is given. If daughters get 10,000 less than his son, so son get 9x and daughter get x, so difference is 10,000. So 8x equals to 10,000. So x will be 1250. So the value of whole property will be total share 9 plus 3 plus 1, which it become 13. So 13 multiplied by 1250, which is become 16,250. So A is the correct answer. Next one. Aditya and Sanjay started a business investing 45,000 and 30,000 respectively. What will be the ratio between their profit? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So we are going to use formula of in this question 3.16, which says that profit share will always be depend upon the investment and time. So profit ratio is equals to ratio of investment and multiplying by time, because they are investing for the same time. So we can say that the profit share will also be equals to the only the ratio of the investment. So the ratio of investment is 45,000 ratio 30,000. When we solve it, we get 3 ratio 2. So they will share the ratio in 3 ratio 2. Okay. Next one. Mahesh and Kishore started a business with investing 60,000 and 50,000 rupees respectively. If after 1 year they earn 33,000 profit, what will be Kishore's share? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. We again using 3.16 formula. Which says that profit share will always be equals to the investment and multiplying by time. So investment were made for the same period of time. So the ratio of share of profit is equals to ratio of investment. We clearly discuss it. So their share in business is 60,000 and 50,000. So we make the ratio which is become 6 ratio 5. We know that they earn after 1 year is 33,000, which is total profit. So when we add it 6 and 5, this is the total profit. So Kishore get 5 unit of out of 11. So multiplying by 30,000, we get 15,000 rupees. So Kishore's share will be 15,000 rupees. Next one. Anil and Nikhil started a business with investing 3,300 rupees and 5,000 rupees respectively. If they earn profit 1,660, then what will be the Anil share? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that we again using formula 3.16. Okay, which says that profit share will always be equals to the investment and time multiplying by time. Clear? So Anil share is 3,300. Nikhil share is 5,000. Clear? So the profit share is equals to ratio of the investment if time is constant. So in this case, time is equal. Both are sharing the investing the in equal time. So the ratio of investment will become 3,300 ratio 5,000. Clear? So the ratio of profit share is 33 ratio 50. According to question, total profit earned which is 1,660. So Anil share will be, when we add this total profit share, we get 83. So Anil get 33 out of 83 multiplying by 1,660, we get 660 rupees. So D is the correct answer. Next one. Rahul started a business by investing rupees 45,000. 6 months later, Sanjay joined him and with rupees 30,000. In what ratio should the earned profit be distributed at the end of the year? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. So, we using the formula 3.16. Rahul invested for 1 year, that is 12 months. 6 months later, Sanjay joined him. So, Sanjay invested for only 6 months. Investment by Rahul is 45,000. Investment by Sanjay is 30,000. And time period is 12 months and 6 months. So, the product of investment and time is the profit share. So 45,000 multiplied by 12 ratio 30,000 multiplied by 6, which it becomes when we calculate it. So we get 3:1. So profit share will be in the form of 3:1. B is the correct answer. Next one. At present, Kavita is twice Sarita's age. 8 years hence, the respective ratio between Kavita's and Sarita's age will be 22:13. What is Kavita's present age? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, let the Sarita age is S. So Kavita age is 2S because in the question says that at present Kavita is twice age of Sarita's age. So if Sarita is S, so Kavita will be 2S. Hence 8 year, it means after 8 years, Sarita age is S plus 8. So Kavita age become 2S plus 8. And it is given that the ratio between Sarita age and Kavita age after 8 years is 22/13. So we can equate it. When we equate it, we get the value of S. Clear? Solution to be continued. So S equals to 18. So Kavita's present age is 2S, which is 36. Clear? We can use some shortcuts. Check going through the options. Clear? Kavita's present age is 36. Sarita's present age is 18. So when we add it, 888, which becomes 26 and 44, the ratio will be 13:22. Hence verified. So D is the correct option. Clear? Next one. 10 years before, the ratio of age of A and B was 13:17. After 17 years from now, the ratio of their age will be 10:11, the present age of B. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. We are going to use formula 3.11. Let the age of A and B 10 years ago. Clear? So we can let the age of A and B as A and B. Clear? So 10 years before, the ratio of their age is 13x and 17x. It is given that the ratio. So their age is 13x and 17x. Now, ratio of age of A and B after 17 years, it is given that 10:11 from the present. So we add 27, not 17, because this ratio is before 10 year of from the present age, and this 17 year is from the present to 17 year. Clear? So we add 13x plus 27 upon 17x plus 27, which is 10/11. Now, when we calculate the value of x, when we simplify it, we get the value of x is 1. So present age of B equals to 17x plus 10. So when we simplify it, we get present age of B is 27 year. So C is the correct answer. Next one. Ram, Rohan and Kern invested in a business in the ratio of 3:2:5 respectively. If Ram earns 100% more profit than Rohan and Kern earns 40% more profit than Rohan, what will be the share of Rohan in the profit? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. This is a very logical question. Okay. In this question says that Ram, Rohan and Kern invested in a business in this ratio, but the amount is not given. And the question, what will be the share of Rohan in profit? So if we don't know the income or share of the investment and we don't know the profit share, so how can we calculate the Rohan's profit? So the answer will be cannot be determined. In this question, this is the important thing are missing, which is investment money. Clear? So we cannot calculate the Rohan's profit. So answer will be cannot determine. Next one. Ram started a business by investing 45,000 rupees. After 3 months, Sanjay joined him with a capital of rupees 60,000. After 6 months, Aditya joined them with a capital of rupees 90,000. At the end of the year, they earned a profit of rupees 16,500. What is the Ram share in the business? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. There are 3 persons: Ram, Sanjay and Aditya. And their investment is 45,000, 60,000 and 90,000. And the period of time, which is 12 month, 9 month and 6 month. So ratio of profit will be investment into time. So 45,000 multiplied by 12 ratio 60,000 multiplied by 9 ratio 90,000 multiplied by 6. When we solve it, we get 5400 ratio 5400 ratio 5400, which is becomes 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So their profit share will be, we can use the formula of net profit. Again, we calculate the net profit of Ram's share. Clear? So the total profit is 16,500. So Ram's share will be 1 by 3. Total profit is 111. So it will become 1 by 3. And when we calculate it, we get 5,500 is the profit share of Ram. So C is the correct answer. Next one. Ram and Anil enter into partnership for a year. Ram invests rupees 1200 and Anil invests rupees 1500. After 3 months, Aditya enter with the contribution of rupees 900. If Anil withdraws his money after 6 months, what will be the share of Aditya if the profit is rupees 2450? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. We are using formula 3.1. Ram, Anil and Aditya. There are 3 persons. They are investing 1200, 1500 and 900. There is time has been given 12 month, 6 month and 9 month. So what will be the ratio of profit? We multiplying the investment into time. When we multiplying investment into time, we get 1 lakh 14,400 ratio 9,000 ratio 8,100. When we solve it, we get the ratio 16 ratio 10 ratio 9. Solution to be continued. Now total profit is 2,450. It is given in the question. So Aditya share will be 9 by 35. Total ratios, when we combine it, we get 35. So 9 upon 35 multiplying by 2,450, which is 630. Now summarize our today's lecture. What is ratio? A comparison of two quantities expressed as a fraction showing how much of one quantity exists relative to another. For example, the ratio of 2 to 3 can be written as 2 ratio 3 or 2 by 3 in fraction form. What is proportion? An equation that states two ratios are equal. For example, if A upon B equals to C upon D, then we can say that A, B, C and D are in a proportion. What is partnership? In a business context, a partnership is a legal arrangement where two or more individuals share ownership and management of a business. Profit and losses are typically shared based on their ratio of their investment or agreed term. Thank you.